It's a new
show.
Yes, it is.
You've heard all the other wrestling programs. Now it's time to listen to the guys who aren't booty.
And you can't beat that.
It's hashtag Wrestlepals.
There ain't no stopping us now. We celebrate on the floor. Top down, we're ready to go. To all the people across every nation, turn it up and give me some more.
Woo! Whoa, oh, hey, everybody! Hashtag Wrestlepals. Hey, look over there. It's hashtag Wrestlepal Justin.
That's me,
Why are you holding a grapefruit?
because I didn't eat it yet.
You just celebrating the fact that you're gonna eat it. I'm hashtag Wrestlepal Nate, and he was that a giant orange or a tiny grapefruit? No, God,
It's tiny grapefruit.
fucking. Sorry, right to the cursing. But you put no. Well,
What?
for now.
It is for... How do you do an N? N?
Right here. That's me. Good Lord. Hi, Justin. How are you?
Good, man. How are you?
Moving on.
Oh. There's coffee.
Yeah.
If that'll help you feel better.
You know, the whole idea of us moving to the daytime thing was that we'd be less tired, we'd be more energized.
Yeah, you'd be able to go home early on a Monday.
I do enjoy that part. But that means that the wife's still awake and she'll make me go to bed. It makes me sad.
That's a good thing.
I guess. I don't know. But then I end up staying up all night afterwards, and then I'm tired on the Tuesday afternoon. I don't know. I haven't figured it out yet.
Oh.
We've still got to settle. We're still settling in here at the new time, the new thing. Why is my voice like I've got like old? Never mind.
Not enough coffee yet.
Hold on, I'm gonna try. Here we go.
I also think it has something to do with whatever's happening in the cans.
Oh God.
Oh, thankfully it's not happening to you then. So it's just me. That's good.
Uh-oh.
No, I mean I can hear everything fine. That's
Crunchy, funky, wacky.
yeah.
I'm sorry. It sounds okay. All I hear is me, so I like it. It's great. Starting to get conceited is great. So Justin, it's been a little while since we've been able to sit down and talk. Because here's the thing: you come in here sometimes, and we'll have the ideas of what we're going to talk about. Then we sit down, and we just start babbling, and we've done like an hour pre-show.
Yeah. I also played some.
You did?
Yeah.
Why? Why did you do that? I know what you did.
Because I got here early enough.
You went over to the RF. Did you get here specifically early enough to go to the RF arcade? We gotta have a name for that area.
The RF Arcade Lounge?
Okay, that will work.
Johnny Arcade's house?
Johnny Arcade. My cable is 12 inches long. It's really close. You have to sit close. It's there. You're gonna ruin your eyes, Johnny Arcade.
Oh, you'll ruin your eyes out.
But so what were you playing? You were playing wrestling, weren't you?
Of course.
What were you playing?
Revenge.
Is that a recent game? Come out within the last decade?
Came out, what, like 99?
Come out within the last generation of gaming?
98, 99?
How many generations back is this? What are we? PlayStation 4, 3, 2? No, it's on a N64.
Mm-hmm. Which is behind what? GameCube and Wii and Wii U?
I won't tolerate that sort of talk, sir.
Beautiful.
I got to bring my list. I like Matt's set dressing over yonder. It's fantastic. I got to add the GameCube in there.
Oh, yes. I brought my PS1 today.
Ah, very good, very good.
And Final Fantasy Tactics. Which is a different topic for a different day. So,
Oh, yeah, sorry. I'm just like talking to you now. We talk wrestling pre-show. Now here we are in the show. I'm like, so where are you going after? You gonna
getting lunch?
I'm going to put the pie in, the thing over there.
The pie in your face?
Yeah, something like that. Maybe we shouldn't admit to piracy. Yeah, they're going to go back and listen to
You're a
this. Yeah.
I
I miss Paul Burchill. Why doesn't
Don't you?
Why doesn't anybody commit to the dumb pirate gimmick?
I hate that
Jean-Pierre Lafitte was great.
They turned him back into just regular Paul Burchill, and he was trying to be all mean and stuff.
Boo, regular Paul Burchill.
I like
hate
Pirate
you.
Paul Burchill.
Pirate Paul Burchill. Don't play the stroke thing. I'm fine.
Good thing I don't have that on this one,
Yes. Yeah.
but I do have this.
What you got?
What?
Okay, I thought it was gonna be Scott Steiner calling me fat. It's like I know, man. You're fat. Okay, I get it. The Stro Man is right. We should.
He's interrupted, and he wants us to get back on track.
Yeah, we haven't been able to talk wrestling here, at least not live here in a number of
2
weeks at this point.
Well, it snowed last week, and we talked a little bit about that on GMID last night. But
Right.
That made so normally we do this during the day on Tuesdays because you have the day off.
Right, it's great.
So it's like we'll just do it during the day, and
Uh-huh.
here you go. It makes sense. Well, because of the snow, you ended up having to work Tuesday
Yeah, that was fun.
and almost die.
Yeah, that's not as fun. Not as fun. Still kind of fun.
Even if you would have been able to get off on time, I wasn't driving down here with because the kids
Okay.
had the day off. There's no
oh
way.
God, you would have to load the kids up to bring them down.
Yeah, so that wasn't going to happen. So yeah, there was just no way for us to do the show last week. It just
Yeah.
wasn't going to happen, which sucks. We'll talk about Wrestle Kingdom.
That makes me feel a little better though, because I was kind of like, oh man, I screwed it. I'm sorry, dude.
Well, like I said,
But
I mean,
it's like if it's in circumstances for everybody, it's like cool.
yeah, I mean, I'm not going out. If it was just me, if the kids still had school or something, maybe.
Right.
But there's no way I'm bringing the kids out in that just to do
for
the
this,
show.
just for this happy horse ass.
I mean, it's fun. I love doing the show. Don't get me wrong, but I'm not putting my kids' lives at danger
Word up.
for that. For this,
Good prioritization. Well done.
we'll
You got a good head on your shoulders.
we'll talk about Wrestle King because I mean, obviously, I feel like too much time has passed to really kind of
Yeah, I
give
know.
Wrestle Kingdom the love it really deserves.
You can't go. We're not going to go match by match, but there's a few fun developments out of it that
Yeah.
are important for wrestling in general, not just.
And of course, I
not just
forgot my
New Japan.
notes, so I actually took some notes
Aw.
while I was watching it. I mean, 5.5 hours of my life I gave to it.
Dude,
So
they don't play around,
Yeah.
do they? Though, how long was? Oh God, what was the last major event we watched here? That was like 7 hours.
was Survivor Series that long?
I think so, because it was like
Because
preview.
that would have had to have been the one.
I'm probably thinking back to when we watched Mania, and
Or SummerSlam. SummerSlam was long.
that might have been it.
Yeah.
It had just the matches in the daytime. People are still streaming in.
Yeah.
Like, dude, this is, dude, a bit much. But Japan does not play around. When they're gonna have a major event, it's like, I hope you have time.
Got to make time. Got to carve out that time.
It made me sad. 'Cause I was so excited about it. I posted something on Facebook, and I just tagged, because I do this every once in a while on Facebook.
Tag random places in the world.
I tag random places, usually Australia or San Marino. But
Oh.
I was saying, you know what, I'm going to tag Tokyo Dome. Because I was all excited about Wrestle Kingdom. And immediately people jump in, you're not there. It's like, no shit, you saw me yesterday.
Wait, you're on Facebook?
No. Certainly not.
Weird. So one thing that did happen more recently, unfortunately, you didn't get a chance to watch it yet. The WWE UK tournament.
Yeah, man.
I don't know if you've seen anything from it, some of the results or anything.
Yeah, I saw them doing a little bit of storytelling. Look at them.
Dude, okay, so first of all, Pete Dunne's awesome. I don't know if you've seen any of his work. Kind of reminds me a little bit of Sami Callihan, like body and style wise.
Yeah, if they had, used them.
Yes.
I'm sorry, man. That sounded really rude. But I mean, come on. He's a hacker. All right.
Well, that's why I specifically said Callahan and not whatever the hell. Solomon Crow. Is not that bad of a name.
They do good jobs naming him. Like they just brought Tommy End in, and they named him like Alistair Scary Dude or something.
Really? I thought because he wrestled as Tommy End at the UK tournament.
Yeah, but they're
They're going to change his name?
Yeah, they're gonna change everybody's name. It looks like they're going back to that. Like
I wonder what the line's going to be.
I think the line was done because it looks like with Chris Hero coming back, he's gonna be
Yeah,
Cassius Ohno again.
Yeah, which is weird because they already got their Their KO. Yeah.
Yeah, which is bad.
I thought that was
bad on the branding thing. That's a great time to change him to Chris Hero. But yeah, it looks like like Samoa Joe and them maybe like the last little bit to come in and keep their name.
Maybe they were big enough to where it wouldn't have mattered.
I guess, but I mean,
or maybe they're cutting
it's
bigger checks than they thought they were going to have to.
It's like if you were just like a year or two bigger, you'd get to keep your name, maybe.
Yeah.
Because a lot of U.S. fans and whatnot haven't heard of Tommy End. They haven't heard of Big. Oh God, I never know if it's Damo, Big something. But exactly, that's the point. It changes his name too.
Yeah.
So,
although they've referred to him as that several times on NXT.
exactly.
'Cause it looks like he's mixing it up with Sanity.
But I mean, it looks like they've gotten back to the whole no, we're gonna own your trademark. But when you look at a guy like Samoa Joe, that's if you change his name, it's blasphemy at this point.
Yeah.
You've got to let that be. So I guess the line before that may have been Kevin Steen changing over to Kevin Owens, and isn't Kevin Steen his actual name?
Yes, it
He
is.
said F your name. Dude, your name's and it was a great name. Even that, just as a name, is a great name. But yeah, it looks like they're back to changing and owning. Which,
I mean,
I get it, but that doesn't make it cool, man.
it just depends. I don't know if there's anybody that I care enough that they don't like AJ Styles. There's no changing AJ Styles' name.
Yeah.
Like you said, Samoa Joe. There's no changing Samoa Joe's name.
You don't want BJ Fashion?
No.
BJ Fashions. I got to pluralize it. That's the whole name change. Though I got to tell you, BJ Fashions. That sounds terrible. It sounds like
That
sounds like a
really,
line of
really
some
bad.
clothing that's very absorbent. I don't know why.
God.
What?
So
What?
the UK tournament.
Word up.
Well, you alluded to Tommy End, and that was the first time I actually got to see him in action. He wrestled Neville. It was in between the finals of the tournament and the
Good breakup right there.
yeah, they needed a little something to break it up. And Neville, outstanding, comes out and is like, "Are you serious? A UK tournament without me?
Yeah, dude.
That's awesome."
I thought for sure Neville had fallen into this position where it was going to be, he's the happy facey guy. He can't, kids like his stuff and they have capes. Look at him. We can't possibly turn. Nope. They committed to it.
Yep.
And let him be a bad dude. And you know what? It's been great. I love dominant ass Neville. And yeah. And I love just the indignant nature of his statement. How dare you?
Yeah.
You have a cruiserweight tournament, and I am the best ever, and you don't invite me. That's fine. I'm going to come in and I'm going to take that. You have a United Kingdom tournament, and you dare not invite me? I am the greatest athlete that the United Kingdom has ever produced, and you dare not invite me.
It's great.
It's a fantastic way of putting over the belt, putting over the tournament, putting over all the guys in there.
Most of the guys in there.
While crap talking them,
Yeah.
he's still elevating them to the point
Great
of
heel work.
yeah.
Otherwise.
It's amazing job of building somebody up by tearing them down.
Mm-hmm.
You're putting that you've attained enough of a level that you're elevating the other people by just talking about them, and that made me pay attention.
And also, it's he's putting himself on this whole different plane because people are viewing him in a completely different light. And it's weird that he came out to his.
He's still coming out to that, isn't
I
he?
swear to God, on 205 Live, he came out to a different theme.
Oh,
Yeah, a much more fitting theme. But at the UK tournament, he came out to the one that we're used to,
yeah.
which is sounds like launching or something.
Mm-hmm.
He needs to. I think he needs to. I'm a stickler for dumb things, like when the Usos changed. you got to change the theme because it no longer
Or
fits.
when Doink went bad. That was my favorite thing as a kid. Just that evil circus
Yeah.
music. Stop it! Stop it! Justin, no!
It was great though. I mean, it makes sense. And same thing if you go from a bad guy to a good guy. If you have like this sinister sounding music, people aren't gonna be like, yeah, super happy that you're coming out.
No, I'm Sid Justice now.
Yeah, Sid
I'm
Justice.
still scared of
Psycho
you. And your,
Sid.
Yes. His hair terrifies me.
He does have scary hair.
Just his hair.
There's nothing wrong with being scared of his hair, Nathan.
That's terrified. Well, I'm scared of all the parts of him, especially that leg. Good lord.
So let me ask you this: watching the UK tournament, your boy Mandrews was in it. Mark Andrews.
What the F is a Mandrews?
Yeah.
Sorry. Because that's where we were 2 months ago when you said, I'm going to watch TNA. My first
Don't
question to
even
you
get
was, how?
Yeah, don't even
then-
get started on
And
TNA.
then your first notes you put in the chat channel. What's a Mandrews? Well,
Let me ask you this:
okay.
is TNA just that awful,
Yeah.
or was
Oh,
Mark,
sorry. There's more to that question.
or is Mandrews actually better than I was giving him credit for? Because I didn't mind watching him in this tournament.
There's so much depends on storytelling.
Yeah.
Physical ability gets you very, very far. Without proper storytelling, without proper character presentation, it falls flat. And anything you do physically, nobody cares.
Mhm.
I feel like that's something that, it's not that they're awful at it, but that's something that ends up turning me off of ROH whenever I go to try to get it in. Physical action, amazing. But if I can't get involved in the storylines, if I can't get involved in the personalities, if I can't believe them, then I'm out. No matter how great they are.
Yeah.
Like, you go to ROH. Dalton Castle may not be the greatest thing in the world, but you know what? He's the greatest thing in the world.
He's a character.
There you go. So yeah, I could buy that. Maybe Mandrews didn't quite get the developments that he needed doing there.
Again, I keep trying to give TNA the benefit of the doubt.
I'm trying to say it as nicely as possible, without saying y'all are bad, and they make it better.
And again, man, it's not like now all of a sudden I love Andrews. Like, oh man, he's great.
Are they calling him Andrews or are they
No,
calling
it's
him
Mark
Andrews?
Andrews.
Good.
Although he wrestled Pete Dunne in the semis
Uh-huh.
with Mandrews on his tights. So,
That's fine.
oh yeah, it's totally fun.
Well, we saw TM61 and they still got a big. It looks like a plus sign at 6-1.
Mm-hmm.
It's like cool, man. We'll get around to that.
So I'm just looking at the tournament bracket here, and I just wanted to point out a couple people. Tyler Bate, of course, the winner. Really impressed with him. 19 years old, Nathan.
Good lord.
19.
What?
Yeah. Just insane to think that he's 19 and he's already getting this kind of attention.
His facial hair is fantastic for the age.
Oh yeah, that's
Well done,
it's
sir.
a great stash. Now, on the other hand, why is it that everybody in this tournament has young man haircut?
Maybe
what's it with Britain?
That's what the UK stands for. It doesn't
Young
translate
man
well.
haircut?
Used for young.
Oh.
The K is silent. That's all I got.
Jarrett says Mandrews was better than you gave him credit for, and that's fair. I think one of the biggest things is I hate the 6-sided ring. I really hate the 6-sided ring, and other than the triple threat match, which I saw a couple weeks ago. Actually, at this point, it's already like a month ago. It was fine. So it was just the 3 dudes, and it wasn't whatever the hell else I was watching.
Well, that's why you built that pool.
Yes, I want to see some
No, it's fine.
3 dudes. Let's see. So Tyler Bate, really impressed with him. Trent Seven. This was the first time I actually got to see this guy. Impressed with him as well. Wolfgang. He was fine, but he was the only heavyweight it seemed in the tournament. Again, Mark Andrews, Joseph Connors liked him. Pete Dunne again stole the effing show. Because first of all, here's what I loved about this tournament. Pete Dunne was the bad guy.
Yeah.
He was like the bad guy. And they went with it from the beginning. Like, he came out against Roy Johnson, and you could tell, he's a bad guy. But then by the end of that first day of action, he's attacking his second-round opponent, Sam Gradwell, and you have Regal pulling him off Gradwell and saying, "You're not going to ruin this. I've been working on this for 6 months. You're not going to ruin this."
Right.
And to me, that's brilliant. So now you have a guy that you want to definitively cheer against.
As I got to tell you, as somebody that was on the outside, not actively watching,
Mm-hmm.
the things that did get to me, as far as media-wise, were those backstage segments,
Mm-hmm.
and that resonated like, oh hell, man! It was seeing Regal chasing him through and being livid, and seeing Triple H there be like, "Yeah, you made a name for yourself. Good for you, kid.
Yeah.
Hey." Audible wink.
Yeah, well, and I mean, look at it. We're talking about him.
Yeah,
it's,
exactly.
It's one of the major things from the tournament. Even in the next day, they put their match up first. Gradwell looked good because he comes out, he's injured, and he puts up a hell of a fight against Dunn, but ultimately can't pull it off because Pete Dunne is the guy that you have to cheer against in this tournament.
Mm-hmm. And the fact that you have that guy is fantastic for all of them.
Yeah, so he beats Gradwell, he beats Andrews. At the end of Tyler Bate versus Wolfgang, Tyler Bate pulls off the win against Wolfgang.
Mm-hmm.
Pete Dunne again comes out and lays out Tyler Bate.
So at this point, you've got to be going somewhere with this dude. You got to be doing something with him.
Yeah, you've got a story here.
19?
19, dude. 19.
What were you accomplishing at 19?
Playing WCW NWO Revenge.
Fantastic.
It all comes full circle.
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful. So Bate versus Dunn, excellent match. Pete Dunne, he's got a little bit of violence to him, which I like. He's got a little bit of surgical, like he picks a body part and attacks it. With Bate, it was like his shoulder, and I don't know, man. I really enjoyed watching him work. I'm really hoping. Triple H said that this is just the beginning.
Yeah.
I'm really hoping we're getting some kind of UK television on the network.
Well,
World of Sport just returned, right? So maybe between 205 Live. Is that Matt complaining about the video?
dude, yes, I know. Matt, I know. I don't know what to do. Everything's done. Sorry, man. The camera's going wonky. I'm going to kill a light. But yeah, in a minute, I kill a light. Sorry. We get the doggy talk. Yeah. Yeah. Sorry.
Here's what I'm hoping. Hopefully you can hear me. You want to go turn the lights off and
Yeah, I want to kill one.
kill one of those lights. Here's what I'm hoping they're doing. Firstly, I'm hoping we're getting a UK based television show, much like 205 Live. Why else make a championship? Why else have the tournament mean so much? I'm also hoping that I don't know if we ever talked about this on the show. I'm hoping that this pops up in some of their other more popular places like Australia and perhaps Japan, where
Japan.
they have Australia championship, Japanese championship.
Well, it gets back to that whole it almost feels like they're trying to rebuild territories, which is if we don't have the territories to pick from, we're going to help build them up and create territories, which is a fantastic idea, because it's you can only raid New Japan but so many times,
Yeah.
You can only pick off dudes that
Naked dudes?
no. That's why I built this pool. But you can only pick off from other competing organizations, but so often, and then you get in a lot of just weird vitriol back and forth between it, and it's not the cleanest of not that the WWE is opposed to just going, I'm gonna take this guy, I'm gonna take this guy.
Yeah.
But building because there's also a rumor that what was it, ICW might be joining WWE for some sort of UK thing. But everybody's trying to squash that a little bit, but you know how they do.
Mm-hmm.
You know how they do. If something's true, that's what they'll deny, and if it's not true, that's what they ignore. And So it's always hard to find what it is that's going to be what's the truth in the midst of all that, you know. But yeah, it looks like they're legitimately building up a even if it's not a UK show, a territory, giving some credence to it, even if it's a smaller territory than they're used to, even if it's not directly on TV, but WWE doesn't play around, man.
No.
They love a house show, but they have to have some direction with it, or they're not going to bother with it.
Right.
So yeah, something big going to come of this. There was another Twitter thing, and I never remember who said it. It was somebody said, "Man, they should sign a bunch of these guys," and somebody came on and said, "Yeah, they did. They signed all of those guys.
Yeah.
They're all contracted guys now." So
I imagine even if all of them aren't, those final 2 absolutely are.
oh yeah,
There's no reason Bate wins that championship at 19 if they don't have
19.
him. Yeah, if they don't have something ready for him. I also kind of hope that if this is leading towards some sort of UK television, I hope that they mostly leave it to people over there.
yeah.
I liked the commentary team of Cole and McGuinness,
McGinnis has always been good.
but the thing is, McGuinness was way better than Cole,
Yeah,
and
always has been.
Cole kept stepping on McGuinness, and I hated that because McGuinness is making these great points, and Cole's going back to his and you know what? I don't mind that.
Can you give me that one again? What did- It's funny. It sounds just like your JR. It's good.
It's true. I almost feel like McGuinness would have been better with some other. See, that's why I gave up, Nathan.
Yeah, dude. Yeah,
I just turned them
I
all
get it.
off. I was like, forget this.
I get it. Keep talking.
McGuinness almost
McGinnis Ronaldo?
maybe. It's like he needed somebody more subdued because
Well, that's not Ronaldo.
no, it's Cole. Cole is too yelly, and McGuinness had like facts that you want. Oh, that looks so weird. Like after the lights of the last 2 days, it's like whoa.
We're in torture territory here, Justin.
Yeah.
It started off good, and then it just went to hell. It's awful. But yeah, and McGinnis has always been good, which is crazy because he's one of those guys, very much like Daniel Bryan, who's just career got cut shorter than it needed to be.
Mm-hmm.
He never got that chance to make it to the big time. I remember they had a little back and forth that hey, these are the weird circumstances, but here we are, McGinnis and Daniel Bryan both in WWE.
Yeah.
One's a GM and one's announcing on the UK show. so gosh darn weird. But McGinnis transitioned to that in the ROH, and you know what? Yeah, Otunga. You want to pair him with Otunga? No.
Well, I mean, almost a guy like Otunga,
So would you say that McGinnis is more the storyteller or more the action caller?
he was definitely color. He was doing color. He was providing information and expanding the story.
How about with a guy like Tom Phillips?
Okay.
You see that working?
I mean, more than Cole, for sure.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Again, I don't mind Cole. I like Cole.
It's just Cole is their foundation. He's their rock, but I don't mean that in terms of how wrestlers would talk of the coal miner says. I don't care. I love the stupid plexiglass.
Me too. I love that. I wasn't supposed to, but I did. What are you gonna do? Cry? Sure. So I guess really what I'm saying with all of this, and this goes back to the conversation we had a couple weeks ago, is it keeps the thought alive for some sort of global like King of the Ring style tournament. You have all these champions of different countries. If you put them in the ring in a tournament, I'm way into that.
Just a tournament of the champions?
Sure.
Tournament of champions?
Yeah.
It'll be interesting.
Yeah.
The fact that a year ago it could have even been a possibility that they're building a territory in the United Kingdom. like, no way, man. No way they'd ever do something like that. Oh, they're going to build back up the cruiserweights. Oh, it's going to be a footnote. No, it's going to be its own show. It's going to be good.
Yeah.
It's just, it feels like it's just this weird perfect storm of the network giving them the leeway to do this kind of
It's a
stuff.
playground. It's a giant playground for them to test stuff out.
Yeah, and if it
I love
doesn't work, we don't know yet because it's all kind of worked.
Yeah.
As they've got good minds for what's going to happen. Because it's the network popped in at just the right time to change kind of the face of wrestling consumption.
Mm-hmm.
Because maybe it's just from maybe I'm projecting a little bit here, but I don't have cable anymore.
Right.
I'm never going to turn on to the USA Network.
It's not going to happen.
Are they still in the USA Network?
God, I still wish. I know it's never going to happen because of advertising, but I wish Live Raw and SmackDown Live on the network.
Oh God,
It would be amazing.
I got to think at some point they're going to rewrite that deal. But I mean, I think they were locked in for 7 years,
Yeah,
about
it's
a year or so
Not
ago.
happening anytime soon. So,
Well, no, it's fine. Well, it's a great source of income for them at the moment.
yeah.
which is good. But I don't do cable anymore. So everything I do is a streaming service or some sort of like weird on-demand type thing. So I'm consuming via Hulu for the most part,
Yeah. Right.
which stinks when something cool happens on Raw and you're like,
gets cut
"Hey
out."
man, you know those weird things that you dig? They're like kind of off." And it's like, "No, who?" Sincerely, Strowman hasn't wrestled since WrestleMania. I'm not sure he's on TV.
I remember when we first started doing this show, you had no idea who the hell Golden Truth was. Like
Mm.
you knew who was in it.
Goldberg and and Truth Martini. It's a weird combination, but I can see that working. Good on you.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
But you hadn't seen him once. And then the Social Outcasts, you were missing all their stuff.
Never saw a thing of him, and they went away.
Yep.
It's
Well,
a shame. I think they'd still be around if what's his face hadn't, doo-doo.
probably.
Damn it.
I mean, it's hard to say that they wouldn't. I don't know. I'm pretty sure that's this computer.
I'm just gonna give a finger to the technology anymore, and it's gonna be okay. It's gonna be
A-okay.
It's gonna be okay. But I don't consume via cable. I don't consume even live anymore. It's more on demand.
Right.
And like Hulu, this is what got me into 205 Live. I watched SmackDown. I was like, wow, that's a great show. It immediately starts autoplaying into 205, and I was like, I didn't even know it was on Hulu.
Wow.
That flexibility to be able to say, yes, this is a network exclusive kind of. Here it is over here as well. Consume it in whatever way is most convenient for you, time-wise, platform-wise, delivery-wise, and it's great. It's absolutely great. So even if it was a network exclusive, I could get to it. But the fact that they're making it even easier and they're allowing that flexibility and they're willing to do those partnerships and try different things, it's great.
So
'Cause-
trying different things that I'm loving right now.
Because even if Hulu isn't a platform you like, it's still available on the network. It's available in multiple places, whatever way you'd like to consume it, and the ease of access is makes me more apt to go for it. In fact, I can sit in the living room and just one button on Hulu, right to the next show, and there it is. I'm a happy dude. It got me into it.
Yeah.
It got me caring that Neville's a mean man.
He's doing some great work over there. I don't want to like keep on how awesome Neville's been doing.
He's
But, man,
he's
doing
elevating everybody he touches. 'Cause when the cruiserweight tournament happened, fantastic. Love the tournament. It was great. Good storytelling with guys, and they did a lot of storytelling with several different dudes.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody got a little promo package. You got guys that you kind of cared about a little more. Kind of guys like Kendrick that you were already invested in that you've seen before.
Right.
But it made it to the main roster ish kind of thing, and 205 Live, and it's like, this is cool. I like it. They got a lot of potential here, and I look to be able to get invested in the story. And then Neville shows up. It's like, I'm invested.
Yes.
All right. Oh no, I got to learn everything about Rich Swann because he just got beat up. Man, I hope he comes. He's great. I like this guy now. And that's just that one hook. That one hook is. Who are we going to slim down to 205 to throw over there?
Who's going to beef up and leave first, do you think?
Hmm.
I think Cedric. I think Cedric's already
I think Cedric slimmed down a ton to go there. I think
like 20 pounds, I
Yeah,
think.
that's no small feat. What's up, Matt?
He'll be
I
here
feel you, babe.
for 2 hours. No, I just feel like, especially with the story that they're telling, has really nothing to do with the cruiserweights. You know what I mean? Like nothing to do with.
Well, it's something that I think they learned and first started executing well in the women's divisions of, especially when they started up the SmackDown. They got like, oh, how many girls we got here? Girls, sorry. How many ladies we got here? We got 6. Cool. You two. Here are storylines.
Yep.
Go tell these stories. And you know what? Loved them all. If they can apply that same thing to the cruiserweight bracket and make me care about why these two are going at each other, I'm sorry. Gallagher and Daivari?
Yes.
And an I forfeit match?
Yes.
Tell me you're not into that.
Totally.
Belts be damned.
Yeah.
And you know what? Cool. I'm definitely going to stay. I want to stick around and see what Rich Swan's going to do, how he responds. I want to see if Neville just falls from space and kills everybody. Because he may.
He just may do that.
He may. Didn't he break out a submission move?
I think so. I mean,
Oh, you like the red arrow? I'm going to break his leg.
that's the thing.
Yes.
Is because that was the one thing I thought even when he was still on NXT. I was like, he's going to make it to TV no matter what. He's got the red arrow. Like, no chance that he doesn't make it to TV and he's going to get over. And then I was like, well, he's got the red arrow. Does that pigeonhole him to being a good guy?
You would think. It's
You would
one of those
think.
things. It's why
It's what happened to Justin Gabriel.
That's why Seth Rollins wasn't able to do that Phoenix Splash.
Yeah. And now he probably never will because of his knee.
Yeah, which is a shame. But yeah, please don't murder yourself, sir. Thank you. But yeah, it was definitely, definitively a maneuver that was a face maneuver.
Yeah. I mean, it's designed to make people cheer.
Uh-huh.
I mean, he's still doing it. So, I don't know. As he comes out more aggressive, people are just going to boo him just from his actions.
Uh-huh.
And hopefully that move doesn't, get him cheers.
Yeah.
And I hope he does move on to a submission hold.
But I think he's been tasteful about his choices. He's done no wrong so far.
No.
No, it's still fresh, it's still new,
Yeah.
but it's been well done.
And he, didn't that one guy just pass? Or he's not doing well?
I wasn't making a reference, dude.
I know.
It's a saying. I'm sorry you named your tag team weird. Bill Well and Michael Dunn.
Yeah.
Whatever.
I think one of those guys just passed or something.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
That made me think of that. Thanks a lot, guy.
Man, I don't want to immediately crap on it. I'm just take a sip of coffee.
Oh. Okay.
Move on.
Moving along. Move along. I don't want to drown in too much Royal Rumble talk.
Okay.
Because
we got.
Next week's the week.
Let me ask you this.
Mm-hmm.
There's a while there where we were like, oh my God, another pay-per-view. I'm staying home. I'll watch this one tomorrow. Well, we kind of got to that. And then we end up watching it be like, oh, it was great.
Yeah.
Great. They've given us a good, solid, 6 weeks building into this, which makes me very hopeful for the time they're going to allow WrestleMania to build. They'll give the same, if not more, time for that. But have you enjoyed this length of time that they've given us
Yeah.
leading into it?
Yeah. Because we're building, not only are we building several stories, but the Royal Rumble match itself is the story.
Yeah.
And I love that.
And that's great. And they're allowing people to come to it naturally, organically.
Mm-hmm.
And you got a few that are like, whoa, shit, who?
Yeah.
Whoa, okay, damn.
We haven't seen.
I can't wait to have that talk with you of how excited we are and how disappointed we're going to be. That may be on the next.
Yeah, next week we'll get in real in depth. But so far, I think we've got 15 or 16 names in. Mm-hmm. They're taking their time with it. They're not. Oh, everybody's announcing all at once that they're in the Rumble.
Mm-hmm.
And SmackDown's actually taken even longer because there aren't that many names from SmackDown in. I think it's 5 or 6.
Here's the thing. Have you seen the Royal Rumble poster? This is just out of nowhere kind of thing.
Yes.
AJ Styles is the WWE champion.
Mm-hmm.
He's as far back and to the right as you could possibly be. It's nothing but the big, giant, kind of part-timey dudes up front. You got Undertaker, you've got Goldberg, you've got Cena. A couple rows back, there's Owens. Way in the back. Look, way back there.
Yeah, there's Styles.
Right between Sasha Banks, apparently competing in the Rumble, and Rich Swann.
Oh, there's Owens, second row.
He made it to the second row. Good for him.
I mean, I sort of get it because
I do,
because
but,
these these three are in the Rumble match, and they're your draws to that pay-per-view.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this is the reason people outside of WWE fans are getting the Royal Rumble.
Well, hopefully they use it as a chance to build up other dudes.
Here's
Or
hoping.
Rikishi.
Matt and I have been watching a lot of.
I jumped in on one of those. And then my kid had a seizure.
Aw.
He's okay. He's
Clearly, I should hope because that was like
Yes.
Thursday.
I guess I didn't really update you guys.
Yeah.
Guys, I gotta go. See, talk to you guys later.
what's
What's going on? Yeah, kid's having a seizure. Sorry,
we saw you Saturday, and
I didn't
Yeah,
mention it, did
no.
I? He's in the hospital. It's fine. It's cool.
yeah, I'm just out here
all right.
playing WCW with you
we're
guys.
insured again. It's cool.
Taker, Goldberg, and Lesnar.
Who? Never heard of these three.
Actually, honestly, I want to. God, this sounds ridiculous.
Go for it.
About to come out of my mouth, but I need to start doing this. I need to start calling him Undertaker.
Okay.
Did you watch Bring It to the Table yet on the network?
No. What is this?
Okay, so
So
it's
you peruse that network far better than I do. I end up consuming via the streaming stuff. So tell me, what's up?
so Bring It to the Table is I forget the guy's name, but he used to work for Paul something or other. Paul Westerberg, maybe? Paul Jim the Steve Man Steve.
Steve is Steve. Stevenson. Steve.
Whatever the guy's name is. Paul Jim
Ryan Ward.
Ryan Ward.
No, it's not Ryan.
Whatever the guy's name is. Paul Westfall. I don't know. He's like the host. And have you ever seen that ESPN show? No.
Which one? Like
It's like I forget what it something first take or something. And it was you have like a host type of person, and then you have two personalities who are going to point counterpoint.
Oh, I thought you meant just split personality. Okay, cool. Right.
So it's
Mediating. It's
Yeah.
mediated debate type deal, crossfire, but for sports.
right, and so it's the one guy that I can't remember his name.
It's like politics, but less violent.
Yeah, actually, yeah. And then it's JBL and Paul
good.
Heyman.
Ooh.
Yeah. And they're discussing it was literally like a sports center. Like it was like they had a rundown of what we're going to talk about. And it would be topic JBL, topic Paul Heyman, topic, and they would just talk.
Almost like a debate format applied to not just run on conversation, but debate format applied to.
I wish it was more of a debate, but Heyman and JBL agreed on most of
well.
the stuff.
Yeah.
So it is what it is.
Yes, they both succeeded in the business,
Yeah.
so they're gonna be happy about certain things.
My favorite.
Do you like money? Yeah.
My favorite.
You like girls hanging out outside? Yeah.
My favorite thing is they kept taking run at fans.
How do you feel about clotheslines?
They kept taking runs taking a run at fans.
Mm.
Well, because this guy is basically well, when I say taking a run, taking a run at people who are bitching, essentially.
Okay.
Uh,
Okay. You frame it like that, I can kind of see a little bit. Again, I haven't heard it, but I want to hear more about this.
So Heyman would continually say, I guess because the host guy was coming at it, he's more fan.
That's fine.
He's a fan, and so he was like they're directing all their things about fans towards this guy.
That's fine.
So like this guy would bring up a fan's point of view on point X.
We like this. We want that.
Yeah,
And then
he
they
would,
say, no, you don't.
and
You're stupid.
and they would give great reasons as to why things are happening the way they are,
Mhm.
and then Heyman would be like, "Are they going to boycott? No, they're just going to bitch."
Yeah.
Great point. But
The beauty of that statement is, I'm sorry you were paying attention. Cool.
yeah,
Continue.
and that's what.
You
Yeah,
mad? Cool.
yeah,
Yeah, it's a great. It's when they're upset enough that they have to go to Twitter, they're invested. You're watching.
yeah. So host guy says something about Taker versus Cena, and JBL goes, "Whoa! You know him well enough to call him Taker?"
Oofa.
Which made me again. on the old show on YWS, I used to try to stay away from quote unquote industry terms.
Right.
I've tried because I'm a fan, man. I don't want to.
I think we both do, but then it slips. I feel
Sometimes
bad.
it does.
I said face.
Heel and face, I don't feel as bad about.
Right.
I do try to say good guy, bad guy.
Yeah.
But going over, you'll notice that it's rare that I use that one.
Well, that could be a segment into itself. Stuff we won't say.
Buried is never coming out of my mouth. I'm never ever gonna. You'll never hear me say that, except for when I say that I'm not going to say it.
Is it a work?
Occasionally I say that one, depending, but usually it's
We try. We're fans, and we try to stay fans as best we can.
So apparently, Taker is something like his friends call him.
Yeah.
And when I think about it, Austin on his podcast refers to him as Taker, and people that know him refer to him as Taker.
Well, that's the reference that we have.
But on television, it's always Undertaker.
Mm-hmm. Ah, okay.
And so it's like, well, shit.
You need that distinction drawn. We don't know. Nobody told us.
I don't think this is like some sort of like, man, I'm being a total shithead. I'm not.
It wasn't a purposeful slight.
I'm not calling CM Punk Phil.
Yeah, it's like meeting President Clinton and being like, "Hey, Bill."
Yeah.
Excuse me. Excuse me.
So I'm going to try to refer to him as Undertaker from now on.
Justin's
instead of
walking
just
up to the
Taker.
White House. Hey, Barry, what's up?
Hey,
How you doing?
Hey, Don. Starting next week.
It's cool. Hall of Famer, man.
Yeah, he sure
People
is.
keep putting up that clip of him attacking Vince McMahon, and I'm like, yeah, cool. It was a good. I like that.
All the stunners that he received from Austin.
Look
I like
at
that too.
Look at him doing stuff.
Yeah. So the Royal Rumble.
Oh,
We won't talk about winners. I'm trying to think.
we always talk about wieners, but that's usually off air.
Ew. Let's not talk about like favorites or anything. Oh, you know what we can talk about? Because we only have a couple minutes coming into the hour.
Word up. What's up?
Ziggler. Have you been watching what Ziggler's doing?
What's he doing, Justin?
He's making that turn to a bad guy.
He's making us care again, Justin.
Mm-hmm.
He's making us care again.
And I liked his spin on Talking Smack.
He always makes us care again.
He always does. And he's like something. He said people like watching someone get hit with a chair.
Uh-huh.
So that's why they were cheering me. But something about it just felt right, like I was getting back to the old me. And
Uh-huh.
Good for him.
Making it work.
Yeah.
Just when we think, I need to refresh him, put him away. Nope, there he is. He's fresh and delightful again.
I do wonder who the hell he's going to work with. Obviously, right now, it looks like Kalisto and Apollo Crews are who he's going to work with.
And then you got to throw Corbin in the mix, too. But Corbin's been somebody you got to take note of.
Corbin, we didn't get to talk about this. Corbin
We haven't
was
talked about anything.
Yeah, Corbin versus Ziggler and AJ Styles a couple weeks ago. Corbin's a star now.
Dude.
He officially made himself in one match.
Yeah.
I mean, as long as he doesn't, and he
Well,
did.
he had the two greatest possible people he could have in there.
Yeah, absolutely.
And he stepped up to work accordingly.
Yeah, he's been crushing on Talking Smack.
Yeah.
Just-
Which is that's where I expected him to like flounder the most.
Yeah.
Nope.
Like he's excelling. Like he's found his character, he's found his groove, and he's like, I'm going for it. And good for him.
They've been portraying him as the lone wolf, but it's like, what the hell does that mean? We don't really. Nope. Here it is.
That's what it is.
I don't care, and I hope you hate, and I don't care if you don't. Whatever.
Yeah. And again, he's excelling. And in that match, he looked like a star. He looked like a main event player in the making.
Now, was it based off of? This gets back to the whole issue of physicality versus character and personality. Which part is it that's making it you care more? The answer, I think, is all of it.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's all the pieces coming together.
Exactly.
I think it's the way he forced himself into that match.
Right.
first of all, which is, again, character work. I think it's the work he's been doing on Talking Smack. I think it's the way he presented himself in that match. I think it's the work that he did in that match.
Right.
It's all the pieces. And what more can you ask for from a guy?
For NXT to send us another one. Because
I really didn't think he was going to work.
I didn't either. It's weird you see guys like, because it's like Apollo Crews hasn't found that groove yet.
Right.
And maybe with a program with Ziggler could be what, brings him up and over.
Yeah.
Maybe if you actually put horns in his theme music. Always comes back to that. I hate the synthesize. Though, that's the greatest billing of all time. Stone Mountain, Georgia.
Yeah.
Great. Smiling. Why are you
Bum,
smiling?
ba-da-dum, bum,
But,
bum,
but still, it's like physicality, fantastic, but we haven't had a chance to connect with the character yet.
mm-hmm.
He hasn't had the time with the mic. He hasn't had the time to have a heated altercation yet. So maybe Ziggler's a great guy for him to elevate a little bit.
Going back to Corbin for a second,
Uh-huh.
it continued on the next week when he came out and inserted himself into the contract signing between AJ and Cena.
Look at this fella.
And here you had that heated conflict that you were just talking about. Like he's like, talk to me like that, because Cena was like, this punk, pointing to AJ, this punk isn't gonna fight me. And he takes off his shirt and he's like, but I know you will.
Oh.
And first of all, great retort from Cena. Cena was magic that night.
Yeah.
Oh, that whole segment was magic. It was great.
Yeah, we'll have to talk about his character development here later, because he's developing characters.
He is. And then Corbin's retort is, talk to me like that again and I'll kick your teeth in.
Yeah.
Which is great. That I mean, what better can you ask for from a character like that? He's supposed to be this big,
You feel
dude.
You feel he believes it, and there's emphasis there. This is real.
Yeah. And so they have a match last week, and Corbin continues to impress. He looks great against Cena. And Cena usually does better with smaller guys that are smaller
God
than him.
bless Cena.
Right?
As much as people want to hate him and they want to boo him, his willingness to work with anybody and making everybody look amazing. Just nothing says he's good quite like how good he makes everybody else look.
Just, I guess, to put a period to this conversation on Cena. Again, Matt and I have been watching lots of old Royal Rumbles. We started at 2000.
Yeah, you're right in that age. Because I think I joined you guys for 02 or 03.
I think it was 03.
03.
Which is Lesnar. Lesnar wins.
Yeah.
But it's the first time Cena shows up.
Right.
Now, the next year, 2004, he comes out and he raps to the ring.
Lovely.
But he's still a bad guy at that point.
Uh-huh.
The next year, he's a good guy. And people are cheering him big time. And I'm just thinking to myself, because the square off at the 2005 Royal Rumble, Final Two, Batista and Cena, you have the guy that the WWE picked, the guy who ends up winning the Royal Rumble,
Yeah.
and Cena, who is the guy that the people picked.
Yeah.
It's just so crazy to think that we picked him. I can't say we, like,
It's a collective.
the fans.
It's what it is.
The fans picked him. The fans picked Cena. They got behind him. Cena was their guy. And now he gets a 50-50. I mean, he's been for years getting a 50-50 at best.
Now, what he's getting is a 100% response.
Yes, very true. It's just it's still crazy enough to just think that, man, you got who you wanted, and now you want him to go away.
Do they really want him to go away?
Would they have done that to Bryan if he had enough time?
Well, you think it would have turned on him?
It's hard to say.
I don't know.
It's hard to say.
Because he went strong back and forth between his when he was bad, he was awful.
Yeah.
And when he was good, he was the most lovable thing on the planet.
See, after
His
WrestleMania
character
30,
changed.
after he won the championship,
Yeah.
he was getting a split reaction.
You think so?
Absolutely.
I'll have to go back for that. Because
It may have
the
still
story
been
that's
60-40.
the story that's unfolded has made him He got out at just enough time to be universally loved.
Yeah, he's going to be beloved probably for the rest of
Just the same thing.
even if he comes back.
If Cena retired right now, in a year's time, everybody would love him if he came back.
Yep. Which I mean,
Or
is-
they'd boo him and he'd say, "Man, I missed this," and then they'd be all like, "Yay!" And then he'd say something about the town and hype him up, and everybody would be like, "Yes, this guy's right." But I don't like him. But I'm cheering. Damn it, he got me.
it's crazy because that has always been everybody's point is he hasn't gone away. He's been shoved down our throats. But I mean, at that same level, you have people complaining about part timers, and that I guess they want. I don't know, man. I've given up trying to figure out what people want from Cena.
Well, I think the whole just WWE in general is changing what it is. When you talk about part-timers versus full-timers, I think they're building up their roster enough that they're able to relax a little bit on the guys.
Yeah.
It isn't going to be a push to, hey, man, we've got 4 house shows this week. You got to make all of them and blah, blah, blah. I think it's moving more towards, hey, any production value we put into this, we're going to get the most out of it we can. And I think it just business model they're changing.
Yeah.
And it's going to change the definition of what a full-timer is and what a part-timer is. Because it was another thing in Twitter this week. If somebody said to one of the Young Bucks that, "Hey man, it's a crime that you aren't in the WWE," and to which they responded, yeah, I've wrestled twice this month, and I've seen my kids like every week.
Yeah.
So I'm good.
Yeah.
Cool.
It is what it is.
And you know what? The WWE may be moving more towards that of, hey, if we burn these guys out, we're done with them.
Yeah.
But if we, use them properly, use them more sparsely, build up a roster that we can fill out, we're just making ourselves money, and everybody wins.
Thanks,
At least
Strowman.
he let me get to the end of a sentence. Usually he just stomps on in and breaks some stuff and then cowers from Brock Lesnar and runs away, but acts like he's great.
He does have a point, though. It is coming up on the hour. So
Okay.
we're going to take a break real quick. We've got The Gloom here with Quicksilver, and we will be back on the other side.
I'm going to clothesline a camera.
Quicksilver head and Mercury
Hey, it's Justin from Deprogram. Do you like to talk about your favorite bands with your friends? Yeah, well, me too. Tune in every Tuesday night at 10 p.m. to hear us do just that. Only on our station, Radio Free Radio, RadioFradio.com.
Hey y'all, this is Ronnie Dale Martin Jr. and I gotta tell you, man, this Radio Free Radio thing is quite awesome. And since I spent all my money on steering wheel covers and Marlboros, I need you guys to donate $1 over at Patreon. That site is patreon.com/Radio Free Radio. If you ain't heard about it, you need to get on over there and give your $1. On RadioFradio.com.
If I can be serious for a minute. I bleed all the time. I don't care.
Wait is over.
Think this is over? Or we just getting started, baby? Because I'm staying hyped.
It's time for hashtag Wrestlepals Hour 2.
Drink it in, man.
Why are you Hello? Why are you holding up a grapefruit? Is it, and
'Cause
why
they're yummy.
why when Mojo's talking? Is that what it looked like from behind? Just,
Nothing but balls.
he's got a cup. He's got to protect he's ex-football dude. Did he just quit football and be like, you know what? I'm gonna let it hang loose for the rest of the time.
Maybe?
Good, I guess. I don't know.
Before we get into anything else, just speaking of Mojo, he was on Talking Smack last week.
Oh,
Yeah. Well, I mean, because, Ryder got hurt, and that was kind of who he had hitched his wagon to.
yeah, I
That's
guess.
how he got to the main roster, was that tag team. He's going to be going singles, obviously, and you know what? He was great. He was very personal, just telling his story. Made me like him.
Aw,
Now, we'll see if it translates.
big Mojo fan.
No.
Even though he had it hanging low,
We'll see if it
presented?
translates to the ring.
he presented to you.
He presented to Matt. Matt's the one who noticed.
Matt'll do that. Hi, Matt. What's up?
So,
May get a response here in a second. We'll see how long the delay is, because that response is going to be instant.
I don't know. I just, if you haven't, go back and watch last week's Talking Smack,
Okay.
and you'll come away liking Mojo Rawley. There's no way you
I already
can't.
do kind of dig him. He's okay.
He's
So
losing the
this is
Zubas.
Aw,
Yeah.
okay. What's he doing?
I don't
Put
know.
it-
We'll see.
Put on I just picture him in like a Dr. Death singlet looking, or the little just, because he's got, look, man, he's gonna have an outline of his gear, his junk down there.
Mm-hmm.
So put him in the weird little two strappy thingy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have grapefruits all over the place.
Is that why you're holding? That's why you're holding that up, isn't it?
It's all for hour 2.
Do you need two? How big is it? Never mind.
So,
Oh dear God! But yeah, the NXT machine is creating characters out of physically adept individuals, and they have done almost no wrong.
yeah. I mean, can you count, other than Crow, I can't think of many whiffs.
But that's the thing.
CJ Parker, I love the character.
Well, I mean, he's over in New
Juice
Japan
Robinson.
now, and you know what? He had the match with Cody, just Cody,
Just Cody.
of the American Nightmare, Cody, and he was great. And they've been loving him over in New Japan. They even put him into the oh God, what was it, the Neverweight title? They have like 40 titles that you guys can't keep track of.
No.
So I've decided just not to. Goto, one of the like perennial kind of runners up, has got a little title now and is going to a program with Juice, and it's going to be great. Good for him.
So since we're right there,
Oh,
we haven't had a chance to talk about Wrestle Kingdom 11. Again, I wish I had my notes so I could talk about some of the more impressive feats. Firstly, strong card, considering it's 10, 11 matches.
no,
5.5 hours.
It was 10 or 11 hours, dude. it was good. Gosh darn bananas.
It's crazy to think like that. There's so many matches. It was so long, but I really did enjoy it.
You can never they won't let you get bored. They won't let you get tired. And it's just something about New Japan does a different kind of formatting because they're not going to let a whole lot of the most out of place match there was probably the Cody Rhodes Juice Robinson thing because they don't allow for a lot of, I don't want to say lower profile, but lower profile singles matches.
Yeah.
To elevate dudes, they do a lot of like weird multi-man, multi-team matches.
Yeah.
And you know what? They're super exciting. They get a lot of people on the card, but once you get into the singles matches, you care. You have to care. The storytelling and the performance of the dudes, it's top notch in the world, and you care about it. They're not going to give time to Cody Rhodes or Juice Robinson, though they kind of did. Even the ROH title match.
That was on that lower tier because
But
they do like
but
three
still-
tiers, right?
But still, as a singles match, it was something you cared about.
Oh yeah.
And it was great. It was great. It was good cross promotion between the two.
Here's what they do amazingly: build. The night builds.
I went back and watched all the promo packages, even if they were in Japanese. Holy crap, some good stuff.
I'm just talking about card building, like the pacing, like the order of the matches.
Yeah,
Because by the time you're getting to that Intercontinental Championship match, you're like, oh my God, yes. And by the time the main event hits, you're like, oh my God, fever pitch. The place is going nuts. You're going nuts, and you just want to see this match.
the match and the performers were going to meet whatever expectations were put on them, and they made sure to really elevate the expectations as much as possible. Yeah. It wasn't just a matter of the matches being good. It was the entire card telling a story, and that's what's his face has been booking it forever. Gedo, G-E-D-O.
Hiro?
Whatever. So yeah, I'm just pulling up the results here. I have a hair in a microphone and I'm bald, so I wonder whose that is. But it's the when you talk about the build of the night, the last 4 matches,
Yes.
just got better and better and better, and it's okay. Right before the 4 matches was the IWGP tag match, and that was my favorite thing of the night. We're gonna curse in English. If you get it, somebody put a little supercut together of the Gorillas of Destiny, just eat ass, F you, just yelling the greatest acidities ever. Almost childish, but it's like, that seems really mean, man. As an English speaker, seeing that, it's like, oh, dude, what, man, eat S. Who says that? Just because they can, they do. Good for them.
F you, mother effer. I effing
Dude.
hate you.
I know, right? But, I mean, that makes you wonder what the hell Tajiri's saying. He shows up here.
True.
So, okay, so we got the top 4 here. You had the IWGP Junior Heavyweight, Takahashi versus Kushida, and that was this should have been. I mean, this felt like it was going to be like the end of that like second tier of the. No, this was the kickoff to just 4 going home.
Yeah.
That were just amazing, and it's like, see, we're not going to do heavy breakdowns into things because the time's kind of passed. Goto versus Shibata. Shibata is. It was Chuck Taylor, who's amazing, by the way. A perennial personality in Chikara, Chuck Taylor. Said, man, I can't wait to no show if I'm ever up against Shibata because Shibata will hurt you. It was 2 guys. This was the most ridiculous just brawl ever. And just, we're going to hit each other until somebody dies. And then they just didn't die.
Yes.
And that's great, just putting that in there in the mix of, this is going to be the Brawly Hurdy match. You're going to see some technical stuff here in a little bit, but we're going to hurt each other for a while. And Goto has been that he's been that kind of runner-up guy. He's been, I don't want to say bridesmaid because the man will destroy. He'll fly over here, find us, and hurt us. and to see him on the big stage win a big match and take a title home, it's a beautiful thing.
It's kind of like not this seems bigger, but remember when Big Show wrestled Cody Rhodes for the Intercontinental Championship a couple years ago?
Yeah,
Big Show always loses at Mania, That's the story they were telling.
Right.
Big Show wins the Intercontinental Championship.
Yeah, that's the thing. I'm always hesitant to draw the comparison, but yeah, it's one of those.
It's similar.
You
It's not
do,
the same.
man. He's so due. He's due. He got one. Yay! And now he's going into the program with Juice Robinson, and just see him be able to fall back into that. We're going to build up new guys. New Japan's been great at that with the whole. Like, you took who and who? Okay, cool. We'll be fine, man. Wait till you see what we do. And to get what they do, last two matches, Naito versus Tanahashi.
Naito. Love that guy.
Dude.
So different from the guy that I saw at Wrestle Kingdom 9.
Yeah, because he went to Japan. And he went to Japan. He's from Japan. He went to Mexico. That's where he. God damn it! You're gonna make me say it. Los Ingobernables. It's where he first. Oh man! Somebody on Reddit put up a picture of him in the ring with Cien Almas
Oh.
when he was. I can't even go into it. I'm just so nerdy out for it because I haven't been into the New Japan stuff. But then, as deep as you want to dig, there's more there to dig into, and just to see the transition of Naito from, hey, here's this good guy, and they kind of forced him down the throat a little bit, and people were like kind of soft on him, and then he, even though he's the heavyweight champion, he ends up playing the second to last match in the card. He didn't main event a Wrestle Kingdom because that was the time when he had the Intercontinental Championship was the bigger match.
Right.
So it's like even though he's the heavyweight champion, he still has to take a back seat. And this was a time for him to come out and say, "Okay, cool, I'm second on the card again. You know what? I'm going to go out there and I'm going to put on a match that's you're not going to be able to follow." The whole goal is them going out there to not be able to follow. And the guy in the ring with Tanahashi is, if you had to draw a parallel, he's the John Cena of over there. He's the perennial favorite good guy, and you could see Naito losing this going in, but this was a big one for him to win, and he did. And it's like, no, this guy's here to stay, and he's got that attitude now.
Yeah.
Something that's very non-Japanese, very non. It's not, I'm going to channel my fighting spirit and defeat you. No, it's I don't f this. I'm going to lay down and take a nap, and he will.
Yeah.
It's great, and it's just the kind of disrespect to everything that's expected of him. It's like, I'm gonna do my own thing. I don't care. Oh God, the whole stuff with him with the belt, just throwing it in the air and not caring.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. It's so beautiful. Just to be that character work playing through the language barrier, and the fact that we haven't consumed on a weekly or monthly basis. The fact that translates, I mean, dude's on to something big.
He's the guy who wrestled AJ Styles at Wrestle Kingdom 9.
And yeah, back then he wasn't who he is now, though.
No, not even close. That's what I'm saying.
He stands out now.
Yeah.
In a field of, I hate to say it, but to translate to an American audience, to an English-speaking audience, you're going to have to do something different.
It wasn't quite on the level of, on that same card, like Nakamura the next day, was all I could think about.
Yeah. But he transcended in a different way.
Yeah.
It's just that electric personality, and just over the top, and still very, very. I'm burped on Mike. Sorry. Still very different, but kind of non. It's so weird. These guys are getting known for being more nonchalant. in a ecosystem of respect and fighting spirit, and coming up as a young boy and developing into, and it's all about respect. And the guys that end up being well known, The guys are like, F that. I do what I want. I'm me. What are you going to do about it? Beautiful.
Yeah.
Speaking of somebody doing their own thing, the main event.
Oh man.
The main event is 46 minutes long. It's something you just don't get here. I think we're going towards
coming
this.
up on that.
I think
yeah.
we're coming up on that.
Yeah.
But it's Kenny Omega versus Okada,
The Rainmaker.
the Rainmaker, and he's a guy that he bridges the language barrier, bridges the culture barrier, and you can see what he is. He's amazing, and he's 29. He's a young dude,
Still young. Yeah.
and Kenny Omega ain't that old either. And this is your headline match, and it's to discuss the psychology. Of course, there's going to be spots. Of course, there's going to be amazing things. First of all, you watched the match, yes?
Yes.
How much do you like Kenny Omega's knee strikes?
Love them.
That may be the greatest knee strikes I've ever seen. They look so vicious
Yeah.
and so mean. And what do you think about Japanese tables? They thick, aren't they?
Yeah.
Dude!
Weird looking.
Oh, God, it's weird looking. Oh, dear God. Something. Now, everybody, a lot of the English-speaking audience is very much like, Omega, Kenny Omega, Kenny Omega, Kenny Omega. Well, he couldn't go out there and do it by himself. We had
No.
Okada who was like, hey, I'm going to kill myself too. Let's have fun. And, oh, God. How to even explain this? This, I think, is the big takeaway of it. Now, Okada ends up retaining, which
Right.
is probably what needed to happen, because every time Wrestle Kingdom comes around, this is the chance for New Japan to say, "Hey, world, look at this.
Mm-hmm.
These are our guys, and this is amazing. We're great. Check us out." They could have gone with Kenny Omega to try to appeal to the more westernized audience, but no, they kept it in-house, and they really put everything behind Okada. And if they're going to introduce New Japan, everything that New Japan is to the world, that's the guy you put it behind.
Mm.
Now, could Omega help breach quickly that Western audience? Probably. But when you think about Omega is Omega. Omega isn't necessarily New Japan.
Right.
So this is really the crowning of Okada as, hey, this is the guy that's going to lead us into the worldwide market. And in the long run, I think it's going to be the right choice. But to the match, this is the biggest takeaway. That's the big difference between New Japan and WWE. Kenny Omega never hit the One Wing Angel, and or something else that he's been doing. He's just been stealing Finn Balor and AJ Styles moves as former leaders of the Bullet Club. He's
Right.
allowed to use these now. He never hit a Sunday Bloody Sunday. He never hit a Styles Clash. He never hit a One Winged Angel. 46 minutes, never a false finish of him hitting a finish and a kick out. Now the Rainmaker, Okada's finish there, little whipping clothesline. Took what, 4?
Yeah.
Maybe more of those
Yeah.
to put Omega
So,
down.
Yep.
And it hit me what that meant storytelling wise a couple days later. It's like Omega is this strong and this tough of opponent that it took 4 of these that I think only 2 or 3 other people had ever kicked out of a Rainmaker. They allow that finish to be so strong that when it comes, when the build up to it, it means so much. This is a match ender. And they let Omega kick out of 3+ of those. And at the same time, they never let him hit his finish. Sorry for the terms. But
Yeah.
that kept that strong. If he ever hits it, it is over.
Yeah.
And that's so different than the WWE thing of, oh, God, he kicked out of 3
Finishers,
attitude
finishers,
adjustments.
yeah.
Oh, he kicked out of the Styles Clash. Oh, he kicked out of this. He kicked out of that. Oh, he won't give up. No. That's one way to do it. I'm not saying it's wrong, but that's one way to do it. But I loved this New Japan style of doing it. even though Omega was kicking out, he eventually took the loss to it, and his finish is so strong that if it ever hits, it's over. And I thought that came as the takeaway of it. And since then, Omega's gone kind of radio silent. It's making a lot of people speculate. Oh God, is he done? Is he leaving? Maybe, but he'll never tell you, and that's beautiful.
I was going to say,
I think the contract's up on the 31st. So
Yeah.
even though Cena put up a Instagram picture of Kenny Omega, it's not a tease. He's not going to be at the Rumble.
Yeah, it may still be a tease, just not for the Rumble.
Yeah, but that match was so good that everybody came out to be like, "Yeah, good job."
And I've been wrestling with this
Ha ha. ha.
since then,
Yeah.
because 6 stars and greatest match
Okay.
ever. And
Dave Meltzer loves the Young Bucks, loves Kenny Omega. He's like 5 stars. Well, this is my system. F it. 6. Good for him.
I love the match. I thought it was a great match,
Yeah.
but I don't know. It's way too early to say that it's one of the best matches of all time.
Exactly.
I didn't want to watch it again immediately.
Right.
I feel like,
Because you're tired.
well, yeah, that
It's
too.
a hell of a roller coaster.
But I don't know if it's one of the handful of greatest matches ever. I think at this point I would have watched it again already.
Well, the point being, the fact that you're coming out even considering it is good.
Yeah,
But yeah.
I hate
Time will tell.
I hate that's the thing. I hate raining on people's parade, but I also don't want people. Let's not heap too much praise on it. Let's let time tell the story.
Yeah. That's not to say it's bad.
Yeah, it
Or
was
it's-
great. It
or
was a
it's
great
not
match.
great, but it's you can't in the moment say this is the greatest of all time.
Yeah,
You can, but the people that do will allow they're smart enough to allow their opinions to change.
I think it's fair enough to say it's a match of the year candidate. I think
Absolutely.
saying things like that, that's fair because that's giving you that, yeah, we need time and we'll see. It's January, but yeah, that's absolutely a match of the year candidate.
Yeah.
I mean, there's not a lot up against it yet, but for sure that at the end of the year, that will still be around as a match of the year candidate.
Absolutely.
So I don't know, man. I know I'm.
No, don't feel bad about that. I see what you're saying. You don't want to seem like you're crapping on it.
Yeah, because I'm not.
But
It was great.
But at the same
I loved
time,
it.
you're like, I need to see it in relief. I need to see it in relation to everything else that has happened in time. And you can't do that in the moment. You definitely can't do that in the moment. If they've done it, if they've effectively built it, if they've effectively done it, you've elicited so many emotions that you can't fairly judge it in the moment. Because in the moment, you're like, that was the greatest thing that's ever happened.
yeah.
Woo! But then on the other side of it, 3 months down the road, you got to be like, yeah, it was still great.
Yeah.
Or it was good.
I've said that WrestleMania 30 is my favorite WrestleMania
Uh-huh.
because the bookends of Daniel Bryan, greatest story,
Great.
one of the greatest stories of all time.
And that was telling a story in a card.
Yeah.
So good.
Now, I've gone back and watched WrestleMania 30. It's still my favorite.
Mm-hmm.
It's still my favorite of all time. I gave it time. I watched it later that year, and then I've watched it once or twice since then.
Right.
And it still holds the test of time. Now, I'm not saying this won't. It's a timeless match
Right.
for sure. Just get back to me next year. We'll talk about it then.
Right.
Okay. But Wrestle Kingdom 11 overall, I enjoyed it for a 5.5 hour show
They held your attention that long.
of something that I'm not invested on a weekly, even monthly. This
Right.
is like an annual thing for me. I watch New Japan once a year, at best, and they had me. I was fully invested in the story. I was enjoying every match.
Uh-huh.
Way to go!
Yeah. And they had a nice bump in their subscriber rates because they have their own network. Also $9.99. Yeah, so it's like $8.50. It's cool. And a lot of those were outside of Japan, which is good. Very, very good. And then they had the New Year's Dash the day after, which is their Raw after WrestleMania, and just as good. It's good.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, it's good. It's like the Raw after WrestleMania I find more exciting than WrestleMania sometimes because, like, cool, what are the new storylines? Where are we going with all this stuff?
yeah.
And, man, they did. You got, like, 4 stables that are, like, okay, the Chaos stable's more, as facey as it kind of gets. They're the strong style guys. And then you have Ingobernables. You've got Bullet Club. You've got Evil, not Evil. Evil's freaking dude. In Ingobernables. The freaking other one. Whatever. But they're all kind of like bad-ish or tough-ish. And then you got Suzuki-gun, which. Like, oh yeah, we were over here dominating Pro Wrestling Noah. Yeah, we're just gonna come in and just beat everybody. It's great. It's like, oh my god, now the bad guys are gonna have to join up to beat the other really, really bad. It's so good. The fact that they have a direction after that makes me happy. I won't go into that, but the fact that they have a direction after that makes me, yay. And every title has direction. Michael Elgin coming back going against Naito, yay.
Oh, I like that.
Oh, very good, because Naito broke his face. And then Juice Robinson stepping up, going against Goto, and that never open weight 6-man title thing.
Mm-hmm.
They had one picture after Wrestle Kingdom of all of Los Ingobernables.
Doesn't get any easier, does it?
You got 5 dudes with titles. But then the 6-man title got dropped the next day. It's like, oh man. But still, that's cool.
Yeah.
The fact that they had the one picture of all of them wearing titles, so good, so good. But, okay, I'm sorry.
No, you're fine.
I know we're not supposed to go long into it, but still,
Well,
I think that
no.
was important. And I
Yeah.
love,
It's more New Japan than Wrestle Kingdom.
yeah, and I love their storytelling. And believe me, WWE is taking notice of what works and what doesn't work, and you're seeing a more fluid WWE than you ever have before.
True.
And that's why you're getting 205 Live. That's why you're getting a UK tournament, which is going to evolve. It's going to evolve into a... they've also got Evolve.
Yeah.
That's going to evolve into a partnership with somebody, and it's gonna become something big. They're not going to make a title, a WWE sanctioned title, without some direction for it.
Yeah.
It's not just going to be something a dude wears on his arm with his 3 real titles around his waist. You know, so it's going to be great.
So, New Japan, Wrestle Kingdom,
Yep.
good.
Hell yeah.
TNA,
Who?
yeah.
I'm sorry. Funded for a couple more years. They ain't going nowhere.
Have you seen the logo?
No, that would involve watching, dude. Come on. If it ain't the Hardys, I don't care.
I haven't watched yet this year, which is, I guess, 3 years old. So,
Oofa.
3 weeks old. So Anthem is the one. Anthem is the one who buys out Corgan, and they're the company now.
Yes.
They changed the logo. Here, let me see if I can find it.
Did they change the yeah, because I've heard rumors too, like Jeff Jarrett maybe coming back to.
Oh.
Well, whatever, man. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to make you sad.
If he's coming back on TV, I don't. Well, I guess it doesn't matter. I don't really watch it.
Fair
So,
enough.
they don't have it. I posted it in the gimmick.
Yeah, because TNA has had a rough time with their online presence. I think it's just Josh Matthews as their online presence. If he didn't put it up there, it means he's sleeping, and he's tired. There's no team. It's just him.
There you go.
What are those, eagle wings? What the hell is that in the middle there?
I don't know.
Okay. Impact, new logo. Anthem making sure they put their name on it.
Mm-hmm.
You want to do that? You want to add your name on that? Cool. But I'm not seeing TNA on there.
No, it just says Impact
Just
Wrestling.
Impact. Okay.
It's not a
Poor
great
thing.
logo.
It's not a
And
great logo.
Is that the worst thing that has ever happened to this company? No.
Oh God, no.
All sorts of S came out, and I'm not sure what's real.
Ooh,
'Cause-
okay. Lay it on me, man, because
but
I haven't been following this
not
at
in
all.
a good way.
I'm fine with this. Here's the thing. I love the best when stuff's falling apart. It's beautiful.
So I read this morning a spoiler of the TV taping
Okay.
for a February TV taping, in which Cody, I'm sorry,
Yeah, I was about
and
to say.
Brandy Rhodes were out in the ring, and I guess he was in the ring with Moose, and he was, yeah, man, thanks for helping out Brandy and awesome, and wait, are you sleeping with her? And then lays him out.
Oh God. That's not a good storyline.
No.
How about we just compete? How about I just hate you because I'm a bad guy? Nope. See, man, that's the old. That's what always turned me off of. I don't even want to say like. I guess it was TNA that was the biggest practitioner of it, and honestly, a lot of '90s WWF at the time. I guess when you involve relationships, and it's just. I'm not Mr. Stand Up for the Woman dude here, all right? I'm not a social justice dude, but when it becomes all about the sexualization of women as an item to fight over, it really just turns me off, man. Everything Trish Stratus and Vince McMahon back in the day,
Oh, yeah.
it made me uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Yes, she's very attractive. I'm also feeling very bad about this. And you know, the biggest example of this that's happened in the last couple here was The Rock coming back and making insinuations at Lana.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Dude, I mean, damn. It felt out of place and it felt horrible because WWE's moved away from that. Moved into making women credible, not just athletes, but credible characters that are more than just their sexualization. And it felt like a step back, and it felt really uncomfortable. Now, I'm not saying I need an apology or I need a campaign or a boycott of WWE. No, it just felt like a misstep, and I didn't personally care for it.
Yeah.
I don't need repercustions as a result. But yeah, that sounds exactly like a giant step backwards.
Yeah.
Don't let I almost called her Eden. Don't let Brandy be her own character. Don't let her be strong in any way. Don't let Cody get over on his merits. He's got this lady, and he's so mad because someone thought about her butt.
And again,
Except Maria. Maria can shake her butt. It's okay.
This is
her thing. She's
reading stuff on the internet, so it's hard to get like too worked up over it until it actually happens on television.
Or wherever they broadcast.
But like it's hard.
Ew.
Do you not believe this? You know what I mean? Like I believe this. Like it. I believe that this is what happened at the taping, and that they're going to put this on TV.
God.
Like it's not just something that.
Okay.
Speaking of steps backward,
Have you seen Blues Brothers? I make this
in
reference
passing.
all the time. Bob from Bob's Country Bunker, when they ask about it, he just goes to, nah, man, nah. I hope to God if somebody went to Cody, he's got the wherewithal and stroke. I hate to say that when Jeff Jarrett could be lurking in the shadows. To say, nah, man, nah, we ain't putting the fidelity of my wife into your storyline. Nah, beat it. Oh God. So yeah, I hope that's. No, they totally did that. They totally. I have no doubt that happened. Are you sleeping with my wife?
I swear I saw something. This is the thing that confused me because I saw something that Bobby Lashley's their champion again.
Yeah.
Which.
I saw something about that.
And then they had some MMA guy in the ring with them.
Oh
that they're
God, what's his
teasing.
name? Yeah, I saw that name pop up too. But that's cool.
But
All right.
that with photos of that got out,
Huh?
right?
Right.
But when I was reading this spoiler, and I think this is what threw me off, and this is the only reason I'm even talking about this. This is the whole thing that threw me off.
What?
Is Bobby Lashley defeats Eddie Edwards to become the new TNA World Champion in a 30-minute Iron Man match
All right.
on the TV taping, but I had seen the picture of Lashley being confronted by MMA guy like days, maybe even a week before that.
Listen,
How does that happen?
Well, I mean, with their taping schedule, dude, this could be like 4 months down the road. Who knows? Who knows when they're going to be able to rent a camera again?
Yeah.
So yeah, and you know what? I always hate that. This is something that I've really learned with. I was worried about SmackDown moving from Thursday to Friday, and then from Friday around. 'Cause I don't like, and I don't get involved. It's weird. I watch it. 4 thoughts going at the same time. Sorry. I don't like pre-tape stuff. I love the illusion of it at least being live, and with SmackDown being on Thursday, being on Friday when I knew it was taped on Tuesday and I could read results, I didn't care for it. I didn't like it nearly as much. Granted, a lot of other things have changed as well. But the fact that it's broadcast live on the Tuesday night makes me feel more involved in it, no matter when I watch it. TNA, all of it's pre-taped months in advance, and you know what? I lose any sort of connection with it at all. If they could even somehow... They don't even go out of their way to try to make believe that it's happening live this week on, because their package editing is so bad.
Yeah.
Their storytelling is so bad. Not even that the storylines are bad, though. This sounds awful. They just the presentation of it is so god awful that I can't be in the moment. I can watch SmackDown from last week today. It's a week. I could watch it on a week's delay, and it still feels fresh. Why? Because it was done live. It's presented as live. You believe it's live, and it comes off so much better as a result. I hate pre-taped garbage.
How do you feel about NXT though? Then, because that's taped.
NXT doesn't resonate as much as I watch it as a different thing.
Yeah.
It doesn't present itself as such. TNA acts like it's a weekly show,
Yeah.
and it's so very not, and they do a poor job at it. NXT does a better job at subterfuge, does a better job at acting like this didn't happen until it's portrayed as happening. I don't know if I'm articulating that as well as I'd like to. You still get a vibe for it. You're consuming product. You're not consuming event.
Right.
And they present themselves as a product, not as an event, until they get to a takeover, which they present it as an event, and it's a whole different thing, and it's amazing. It's amazing.
You know, they're doing these at TNA, the one-night onlys, which are like the pay-per-views things.
Okay.
But they don't build toward them. They just kind of happen. Like, one happened in December, and I had watched all of December's television.
Uh-huh.
And I don't remember seeing one thing about, hey, you should watch this.
Just direction-wise, they don't... No, well, what was it? Was it some sort of on-demand type thing? Or was it you don't even know how it was presented?
No, somebody posted it on YouTube.
See,
So, like, if I wanted to watch it, I could watch it on YouTube.
See, and now that's the thing. It could have been like just a drummed-up kind of house show type deal.
It was 2.5 hours, and it says one night only pay-per-view.
Okay.
That doesn't mean it was necessarily one. I don't know, but I thought that's what they were doing.
Yeah, don't lie to us. We're not dumb. We're not dumb, and we're trying to like you. Just stop it. Stop it.
But you'll notice that TNA is the only one I do this with, because when I go watch Lucha Underground, I love it.
Yeah, and again, they don't present it as an event. It's a product, and it's a damn good product.
Yeah.
Because they put that production value into it,
Mm-hmm.
and they're not trying to be something they're not, but they also know what they are. Yeah, holy that made sense. Yeah, all right. You know what you are. Tailor yourself to present yourself in that light as best as possible, and you get a Lucha Underground. You get an NXT, you get a WWE live programming, you get a Wrestle Kingdom.
Yeah.
TNA wants to be everything all at once.
Yeah.
They want to be a live show. They want to be a good. They want to be a polished product. They want to try to tell storylines, but then they don't stick with them. They want to do a hey, you could see any matchup at any time. They don't know what they are.
Mm-mm.
Just define what you are first before you even turn on a goddamn camera. Before you put anybody into a awful ring. I used to like the Six Sides because it was different.
Because it was
and weird.
different.
But you know what? It's not different anymore. It's
No.
just awful.
And they went away from it. And, now just the matches, they look awkward in that ring.
Yeah. Because what it does, it chops off the corners and makes it look smaller.
Yeah.
And you take this giant ring and make it look small. Because that's the big difference between seeing a WWE event and then seeing an indie event. That 4 feet of ring
Yeah.
makes a hell of a difference.
It does.
Just the larger ring adds so much to everything you do. Not just room to work, but the presentation of it. And that 6-sided ring looks small. It looks like you're being dropped into a pit. And if you want to go with that, like Lucha Underground could pull that off because they look like they're goddamn pit fighters.
Yeah.
And that could be great if that's what you want to go for. But no, TNA wants to present themselves as a big time wrestling event. You're presenting it as two different things at the same time, and neither of them are coming off effectively.
You know what? Like, as you were explaining it, you know what the first thing I thought of?
What?
Circus.
We could buy a circus, Justin. It's for sale.
But that's what worked about
Delicious
Total
Z-
Nonstop Deletion.
Yeah.
Was it was a circus, and it felt like one.
It knew what it was, which was crazy,
It was madness.
and it went with it.
And I guess that's why I had such high hopes for
They
the
effectively
new year.
fit the Rock and Roll Express in there.
Yeah. Yeah, they did.
Well. Used them well.
And I just don't understand. You bring in the money, you save the company, and it looks like you're going back to just everything you've been doing.
The day-to-day.
That's a bummer.
It is. It very much is. It's just... It's not that they don't want to try a direction. It's just that they don't know which direction they want to pick. And they just got to go with one and go with it.
Do they still think that they're bigger than they are?
I don't know. I have to...
Because they see the ratings, right?
I have to imagine on the other side of this deal that they have you come to Jesus moment, man.
I thought for sure, I mean, they've all but run Dixie out. I mean, she's
Which
clearly
is-
still there.
Which is good. Which is good.
It's a move in the right direction.
Yeah. What they need is a few less hands in it. Even if you have an incompetent hand running the direction of the promotion, get it out of the hands of multiple. It feels like you've got 12 different people trying to promote via committee, and it's bad as a result.
Mm.
So, even though, because I get scared and my butt kind of clenches a little bit when I say the name, but I'm going to say it. Jeff Jarrett.
If he's running it,
If he's running it and not trying to be champion,
yeah. If he's not on camera,
if he's not on camera, I think he could be do a fine promotion.
yeah.
But if he tries to insert himself into it and be a character, even a general manager type character,
Yeah.
I'm out.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. It's too toxic. He's too toxic of a person. But he has a fantastic mind for it. This is when this is the kind of opportunity where they could go out and get. This is when TNA could scoop up somebody like oh God, what's his name? He's writing now for WWE. Jimmy Jacobs.
Ah, yes.
This would be a time when TNA needs to look out for a guy like Jimmy Jacobs and go, hey, man, we want you to write and control this. We want to give you full control because we've seen what you can do both in the ring as a storyteller. You understand all facets of the business enough to be able to do something given the opportunity. Here's the opportunity. Ship sailed. Jimmy Jacobs is gone.
Yeah.
And you know what? WWE snatched him up because they recognize talents, and they're going to use him to the best of his ability. But still, you're back to by committee. I get a feeling sometimes some of these matchups are kind of weirdly conceived, and then they just say, I don't know, go do some stuff, because there's no direction. Do you have any undercard feuds? Or is it all just about the one title? I think they might have done a good job by like unifying those titles, get a few of them out of there. But, dude,
Seems like Galloway. Like reading that TV taping, it looks like Galloway and Moose might be feuding.
it's fine.
I
You know what?
guess.
There's a lot of potential there. But if it's just you run them up against each other, you lose all of that space for build-up. You lose all of that teasing. You lose all of that anticipation. Any fallout is going to become so soon that it's too soon to care about. And if you have rematches or you continue the program, who's going to care because you already gave it away? That's all of the ways that they fail in storytelling.
Yes.
Laid out. I feel bad saying that. Wow. But that was, hey. Sorry to be, I liked that analysis. Because that's everything that's wrong, man. Fix one of those things. Or pick one of those things and go with it. I don't want to say that's all you got to do, because, man, what the hell do I know? But
Yeah.
still, I feel like this isn't working for me. That isn't working for me. That isn't working for me. Pick one and work on it, man.
And I guess this is I hate hammering we keep hammering TNA. Clearly they're not listening. But we don't I don't.
If they're
going to
succeed, they're going to find one of those directions and go with it.
Don't they? They need more people like me.
Yeah.
To watch their product, like
You're giving them chances.
I'm not asking for much. I'm really willing to forgive a lot
Absolutely.
when it comes to wrestling.
Absolutely.
Because I'm a grown man still watching professional wrestling.
Can we cut that out for later? I think that needs to be in the show intro. I'm a grown man. Still watch.
I'm just.
Oh, it makes me happy. Yes.
I mean, and I still enjoy it. Like
Appeal to me, please.
and it doesn't take much.
Yeah.
You saw they step away from their normal crap.
Uh-huh.
And while I didn't love what Total Nonstop Deletion ultimately was, I loved what they were doing. I loved that it was a step in a different direction. I loved that they came out of their shell.
Not even a different direction. It was a step in a direction.
Yes. A madhouse, a circus, whatever you want to call it, whatever it was, that it was great for that.
Mm-hmm.
Go with it.
Yeah.
Nobody's doing that. Not on television, anyway. I'm sure there's promotions that are doing madhouses that are just ridiculous to watch.
So sad that Chikara won't be through this area anymore. Makes me sad. Beside the point.
Yeah. They came through twice. I saw them the first time.
Well, Virginia makes it too hard, man.
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
are you gonna do? I can't blame them. I don't blame
No.
them. And I may take that run down to Gibsonville.
Yeah, I was going to say,
Someday.
like,
It's like 4.5 hours away. something like that.
Chikara's, I think Chikara's road trip worthy.
Yeah, I think so too.
And for no other reason than just for the show.
Yeah.
Something else to talk about.
Oh, they have a direction and they go with it. Amazing. How about that?
I don't want to make it seem like we're WWE. First of all, WWE has a lot to talk about.
They're good.
But they're doing everything exceptionally well right now, and that's why we spend so much time on it.
Yeah.
You notice what happens? Wrestle Kingdom 11 comes up. Had we been able to do it last week, we would have spent an hour plus on it.
Exactly. I still could. So back to Naito, right? He goes to Mexico. Continue.
All I'm saying, and I feel like we're beating the living hell out of TNA.
No. You know what?
For weeks though, like when you think about our show in general, for me watching it, but I'm watching it. I'm to legitimately give it a chance.
You come in every time with at least one thing like, I liked this. And you know what? That doesn't get seized on. It kind of gets dropped. Not unceremoniously dropped. It just disappears into the ether. It's gone.
Yeah.
You come back wanting to give an opportunity every time. And sometimes what you come with is, hey, man, this is what didn't work for me. Here's why it didn't work for me. Here's what I would like instead. And they have the potential and possibility of doing it.
Now, I'm not so vain as to think that TNA is listening to this program.
Oh, God, no.
But
it's important to know why something doesn't work for you.
yeah.
That lets you know better. You're better able to identify what does work for you and why it works for you.
But here's the thing. You better believe WWE's listening to this program.
Hold on, I'm gonna slowly turn to the camera. Let's do this. Here, slowly turn to the camera. Okay. It's gonna be a grapefruit on there next week. It's gonna be Austin Aries versus a grapefruit.
But I know this for a fact, and I'm not saying they're listening to like Steal Ideas or
No, God, no.
But
We stupid.
we used to talk about stuff on your wrestling show all the time that would pop up on WWE television.
Right.
And again, I'm not saying that
they're
they
open to those ideas, and they're way more fluid than they ever were.
That company is so massive that they have people dedicated to just watch stuff like this and listen to stuff like this to just see what's working, what it isn't. It would do TNA some good. Now, they don't have a massive company like WWE, but take one person and just find a couple of these videos or shows and listen to what they're saying about the show.
Go through what people are crapping on you. Go through what it is and see if there's something in there that's salvageable.
Yeah.
Because there's going to be a lot of dudes, and we try not to be those dudes.
I try.
Hey, it's
really
garbage. I hate it. No, I'm never going to tell you I hate it. Well, I'm going to tell you I hate it. But I'm going to tell you exactly why. It didn't go anywhere. It didn't do anything. It does nothing for me. I'm not involved with the characters. And the physical action I can't get to because I can't get past the lack of story.
Yeah. And
I'm going to tell you why I hate it instead of just I hate it.
yes.
And there's information to be had there. I'm not saying my analysis is worth of anything, but you hear that from 7, 8 different sources. Hey, maybe they're onto something. Maybe they see something you're missing.
Yeah. Exactly. And then you can take that and apply it to your product, and maybe people start watching it. Maybe you start making money, and maybe you can pay your guys.
Maybe Justin comes in here one week and says, "Hey, man, you got to check this out," and then I don't. And then he comes in the next week, "Hey, man, you got to check this out." And I'm like, no. And then the third week, I'm like, "Okay, fine. Hey, I like this Galloway guy."
But what you're saying right now is
Moose.
what you're saying right now is exactly happened with ECW.
Don't tell me. Don't tell me. What? Oh, yes.
You tell your friend, man, I watched this thing last night. You should watch it.
I'm watching New Jack, like drop.
New Jack through
press
press
the
table. Then my heart stopped. Wasn't it a show, man?
Such a
I don't know where you go again.
Such a wonderful juxtaposition of lyrics. Mad Butterfly. Try not to curse. He goes right to fuck that guy. Beautiful. This is beautiful. I know what you're playing, isn't it?
Blam!
Where was that at? PWG?
Just as at an indie show.
At a show. Okay. But yeah. What that was, Cody Rhodes in the ring, and somebody's yelling, "Hey, Stardust!" And the crowd immediately, God bless them, turns and goes, F that guy.
Yeah.
In a chant.
Yeah.
It's one thing to be told, "Hey, man, F you." It's another thing to have a crowd chant, "F that guy." Like, we're not even talking to you. World, listen. That guy, F him.
I've definitely thought about starting that chant before at some indies.
Yeah. Indy's nothing at an NXT house show.
Yeah.
Oh, why didn't we lay into that guy?
Because we're jerks.
I wish Cedric won.
Me too. Just to answer your question, Defy won in Seattle.
Oh, word up. Yes, okay.
So they yell Stardust, F that guy, Stardust, or
Cody.
Stardust, Cody.
Cody, in his just as magnanimous as can be, he's like, "Hold on a minute, fellas. Hold on. You like that Stardust guy, right? Oh, he did the cartwheel. Oh, hold on. I'm going to do a cartwheel. Flippy, flippy. Hey, look, I got my hands together. If I had stars on my gloves, like an idiot, I'd have a little star thingy there, and I'm going to part them and be like, "Oh, look, star." No, middle finger. You're right, everybody. F that guy. Good for him.
Just fun.
He's having, that's the thing. He's having fun. He deserves it.
He does.
Because he never had that, indie come up, did he? He was, right into the machine.
Yeah, really. Yeah.
And developed. He was, groomed to be a WWE superstar. And now he's going out, and you know what? He's being a damn good wrestler. He's being a damn good character. He's being him. You know what? I'm almost scared. I think you tell me that TNA storyline. It's that's gonna put some stake on him.
Is.
Let him go be good.
Yeah.
Oh,
I hope maybe that's not real. Maybe I was reading from a bad site or something.
At this point, I don't want him at TNA at all.
I know.
I want to see him just go lay it down at PWG, man.
Yeah.
Play around in New Japan. It's great. Show up at the smaller shows and just be. Get your name out there. Well, his name's out there enough. Get noticed enough that everybody wants some.
Head?
Okay. He's in those Rumbles too.
Yeah, he is. Just a couple notes. One note in specific I forgot.
Oh my God,
about,
we're almost there.
Yeah, we're almost there. From the UK tournament. Dillinger's over in Britain too.
Yeah. You know why? They have the number 10 there.
Well, it's still around.
I can't wait for the Mexico tour. 10.
All I'm saying is don't miss that opportunity. Please don't miss that opportunity.
You gotta miss it.
It makes
We get
sense.
so excited for the Rumble. We're excited about the possibilities. And this, watching those old Rumbles, watching JR call them, everybody that comes out, he legitimately talks about how, man, this could change their career, the ramifications of if they win, because, damn it, it's a possibility.
Yeah.
Made me believe every time.
Do we have somebody that's going to be able to do that this year? I don't think
we don't know who the call is. I could
Yeah.
see Corey Graves being that dude. I could see Morrow definitely doing.
Yeah.
But Morrow's more action oriented. But what do you do in a Rumble? I honestly don't think they put Morrow on the Rumble call. It's gonna be Cole. JBL. And like they're gonna make Tom Phillips sit on his hands and let Otunga talk. It's gonna be awful. But hopefully, I missed those JR calls of anybody can win this. Isn't it so exciting?
Yeah.
Thank you, Pat Patterson.
I don't know if you saw this Big Show with abs.
Dude, yes, it did.
Whoa.
I know, right?
What the hell?
What is he doing?
He's gonna fight Shaq.
Oh, he's dude. What machine is he doing this on?
I don't know.
I'm thinking he's just lifting cows over his head. I'm gonna eat this fucker, but I'm gonna lift it first. Woo! Oh my god, yeah, dude. You know what's terrifying? Because okay, look, I've beefed back up because I've been eating like a maniac for the last month and a half here.
Haven't we all?
But when you're a big dude and you're a big dude forever and you start losing weight, you notice something. Your head size doesn't change, and the Big Show's got a massive head. So as he leans out, man, that head looks like it's heavy, and he's got the big old beard on it, trying to counterbalance it.
Yeah.
He looks like a bobblehead, and you know what? I'm scared. Yeah,
He's coming for you, Jack.
ab show. Well, it's the big abs. They gotta be huge. He's got like he's gotta have like 10, 12 abs under there.
It's crazy.
Yeah,
Kurt Angle going into the Hall of Fame.
beautiful. Well
Love
deserved.
it.
I hate to see that this looks like it's the period, the punctuation at the end of the sentence for Kurt Angle as a wrestler, kind because he's still gonna go through shit. But it's the you're not coming back as WWE. Though I don't know. You think they let him in the Rumble?
I was thinking that. I almost think that solidifies he's one of those spots in the Rumble. Just
It confuses the issue more.
yeah.
WWE so good at confusing the issue, story wise. Oh, love it. But yeah, good to see him coming back to the fold. I saw that package. Oh, that sounds awful.
Heyo.
Don't cut that one out. Don't cut anything out. I'll let you take that one out. I'm a grown man who still watches. I'll let you have that back if you let me. Oh, did you check out that package? All right? Deal? Good.
Sure.
Parlay. I'm just talking us out of work. That makes me happy.
Lastly, I guess, Royal Rumble right around the corner.
Yeah, baby.
RF Arcade coming around the pike, around the same time.
Around the pike. These holes burning money's in my pocket.
I can't wait. We are going to do a Royal Rumble event. Could be WrestleMania 2000. We could do a battle royal with WCW NWO Revenge.
Oh, God. We did.
Yes, we did.
La Parka lost, man. Made
Depends
me
on
sad.
how much money Matt is spending. We could have Royal Rumble for the Super Nintendo. We could have WWE 2K17.
We do have for Super Nintendo.
Oh, yeah.
Gotcha.
I forgot. Yes, we do.
Mm.
Just
Wrap up the show so I guess
we've got the I forgot there was one other thing and now I can't remember what it was. Oh well.
always coming to think of 2 hours. What the hell are we gonna talk about? I don't know. I watched, I guess. Then what do we get into? Everything.
Everything possible.
Goddamn hashtag. No, don't say it yet.
Yeah, don't say that yet. We still got time.
Did you find what? Whoa! What are you doing? No, it's fine. I always exasperate. Don't ever react. You're the adult here. You're gonna have to control things. I'll react accordingly.
Well, it's just leveling out.
Oh, okay. That's scary. I want plenty. I do want some. The song's lying to me. Got a little dog. Get to the live version.
Next week we get to talk about the Rumble like in depth.
Yes! And how it's disappointed and made me excited all at the same time. I gotta pee now. Every week. That's why I stopped drinking the coffee. Oh my goodness. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. I'm sorry. This is good. I babble.
Sure.
I babble. I get excited. It ain't the coffee. It's wrestling. Hashtag Wrestlepal Justin. You need a hold of him. Get him on Twitter at the Hulkster. Yeah. Hashtag Wrestlepal Nate. Need to get a hold of me at the Nate Project.
Oh, we didn't get the thing with the thing.
I got time. Do I? This is so horribly lit. Look at that.
Yeah.
Alicia
Fox.
All right. There it is. Sorry. That's going to continue. Might as well not erase it.
Yeah.
You need to get a hold of me at the Nate Project on Twitter. As always, use the hashtag Wrestlepals. You're welcome to be our Wrestlepal.
That's right.
or the
We going to SmackDown, Jack.
at Wrestlepals
what it
RFR
was.
on Twitter as well. Yeah, we're going to SmackDown.
We're going to SmackDown.
Which one? The one right before Mania.
Yeah.
Oh boy, it's gonna be great.
That's right.
We done?
Mm-hmm.
Goddamn hashtag Wrestlepals.
I lost my keys and my little dog is bone. So I pick him up and I'm gonna carry home. But he a mean dog, bit me in the spare rib. And I'm take him home, put him in the baby crib. Yeah, I don't know the words, AJ Styles. You know what you are? You're phenomenal. Phenomenal.